Howdy everyone, ArgonMatrix here. Shit, I was trying to do the wave gesture, but it didn't work. Oh well. Welcome you to episode 4 of Let's Play Bloodborne. I actually, in between episodes, I crushed all my cold blood dew, which is why I have 2400 up there right now. I could probably get another level with that, but I actually want to save up for the Kirk hammer, the new weapon over here. Even though I don't intend on using it, I would like to show it off still. Plus, as I said, I like to collect pretty much everything. I'm basically like 100% or 0% for most games. Alright, so last time we left off, we beat the Cleric Beast, and kind of hit a dead end. So let's go back and talk to Gilbert here, who gave us our information in the first place, and see if he can help us find a different route, because, yeah, that, I mean, maybe I shouldn't take his advice, because his first suggestion led us to, that. But, you know, let's let bygones be bygones. I'm sure not each and every one of his paths that he intends for us to take will lead to some horrible monstrosity, the likes of which we could never imagine in our wildest nightmares. Right? We can only hope. Alright. Hey, Gilbert. Didn't work out so well.
Yes, I see. But the Great Bridge is the only way to the Cathedral Ward. And during the hunt, the bridge is closed. You could try the aqueduct. There's a rather, how shall I put it, colourful area south of the Great Bridge. From there, an aqueduct leads to the Cathedral Ward.
I think aqueduct is just a fancy word for sewers in this case.
Not a place you'd normally want to visit, but I don't imagine you have much of a choice, do you?
Oh. Well, I could just couch with you for a little while, but you're kind of locked up in there, so... Oh well. You also sound kind of sick, so maybe that wouldn't be the best idea. Alright. I actually also should put on my hand lantern that I picked up last time, just to have it on. I kind of like to put it on pretty much whenever I can, because it automatically unequips it every time you die, so basically every time I die I have to put it back on. But there you go, you can see it kind of sheds a little bit of light around us here. Alright, so we actually want to take this path down here, which seems a little daunting, I know. If you've tangled with these guys once before, I'm sure you know just how dastardly they can be, but they're also pretty easily dispatched with a handy visceral attack. Well, that didn't work out so well. Okay. You guys want to dance? We can dance. Oh. We can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. As you already have, because you're just two motherfuckers down here by yourselves. Okay, crap. Oh, smash them. Okay. You know, I don't think I've ever fought these guys quite this way. I normally only use visceral attacks, because they're so easy to visceral attack, that, like, that's all you really need to do most of the time, but... I like new experiences. I'm down for it. Cool. Alright, so if we head on down this way, I think this just dead ends pretty quick. But I might as well show it off anyway. Looks like an elevator of some sort, but it's broken, as all elevators in every game are, until you reach some arbitrary point, so let's not worry too much about that. We'll unlock that shortcut later, I suppose. What we can unlock right now is this shortcut, though. We'll let it just waltz right through this building without having to deal with those two numbskulls, Tweedledum and Tweedledummer, down in the courtyard next time we come through. Yeah, so you can see that the lantern sheds a decent amount of light here, but the torch is still significantly better. But the lantern does have the advantage of allowing you to wield a gun at the same time, so that's usually going to be good enough for our purposes, I think. There is actually a torch you get later on that you can upgrade, and it like deals damage. Pretty respectable damage if you upgrade the right stats, too. So we might opt for that at some point. Head up here. This is just below the Great Bridge. Grab some more cold blood dew. We're addicted, man. This stuff's like Red Bull. If the red in Red Bull was for blood, what does this say? Hound waits ahead. Pretty good note. If only you could pluralize that, because we got a bunch of caged up doggies here. Poor little guys. I'm kind of tempted to just leave them be, but if they're all going to be doing that, then I'm not so sure anymore, you know? And I don't know if you remember back in, I think, episode 2, I pointed out a shortcut. This is where that shortcut leads to. You can kind of drop down from up there, which is like a courtyard in the starting area. and that'll bring you right down here. You can completely bypass the Great Bridge, the wolves up there, even Cleric Beast himself. Believe it or not, that guy's an entirely optional boss, I believe. But I would still recommend fighting him at some point, get the full Bloodborne theatrical experience. Oh, jeez. Sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. Actually, I lied. I totally did mean to intrude and steal your Cold Blood Dude 3. Thanks, Broheim. Nothing over here. I always feel like there should be something over here, but no, just sandbags. Sandbags for no express purpose. You could try knocking. Or dying. That works too. Oh.
You're a hunter, aren't you? Then, well, do you know of any safe places?
I mean, I just cleared out a bridge. There could be some wolves in the way, but it seems nice.
I've heard I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you hunters got off your asses, you wouldn't be in this
What?
mess. You're obligated to help me, you hear?
You seem much nicer from our first words. Yeah, that's about my reaction too.
You're good for nothing. No respect for the elderly is what that is. That little good you outsiders do. Go on, admit it. You think we're all mad, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Go and stop it.
I mean, you live in a city based around blood healing or something. I don't know. There's something that strikes me as a little bit off about that. Call me crazy, but is it all thanks to Hidden Path? Yeah, that's pretty good. Roll through these barrels. I actually found this like without any help on my first playthrough. It's a pretty easy hidden path to notice, I think anyway. Not that I'm begrudging you if you didn't notice it, of course. Cold Blood do, and there's actually some kind of special items up here. You can't reach them, but if you swing your axe or whatever weapon in just the right way, you can knock them down for pickup later. Just don't forget to go pay the postal fee and pick them up from the quote-unquote aqueduct, I guess. Roll on through here to it's like a secret path inside a secret path, like that one level of Donkey Kong. Like that one level of Donkey Kong Country. Trying to enunciate a little bit more. Well, you just blend right in, don't you? Hi.
Oh. A hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. Here. To welcome the new
Oops, I
hunter.
didn't mean to skip her text there. I was just trying to... Well, hi. Sorry, could you repeat that?
Prepare yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
Is that right?
Still
Then what are
lingering
you?
about. What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts.
No, you are.
No matter. Without fear in our hearts, we're a little different from the beasts themselves.
Oh, that's nice. Got anything else for me?
What are you still doing here?
Oh, sorry.
Enough trembling in your boots. A hunter must hunt.
A hunter must hunt. You're like Canadian as hell or something. Let's go ahead and swap out point forward. Shake off our cape here. Shake off her cape too. Looking a little dusty there. I don't know how long you've been standing here, but nice to have a friend who we actually get to sort of see the face of. Except that she was covering it with a Plague Doctor mask, so not sure how much more she can be trusted than anyone else in these parts. And unfortunately, the only way down from here is kind of to drop, so just gotta take the hit, I guess. Anyone around here? Oh god. Jeez, dude. If I didn't know any better, I'd swear you saw me coming around the corner. Like you got a periscope. Okay. I don't know what these, like, winches are. I guess this used to be, like, not really a sewer at all. So maybe I was totally wrong in saying that. But because there's, like, boats down there. So this is maybe more of a canal. Yarnum is the future Venice. Confirmed. You heard it here first, folks. Even if I'm stuttering while I'm saying it, you heard it here first. Guys ain't so bad. I wanted a visceral attack on that guy, actually, but no dice, I guess. Ow, whoa! Jesus, dude. You scared the hell out of me. See, that's how you do an ambush. You sneak up behind someone, and then when they turn around, you shoot them in the face. Don't just, like, hide behind a corner and with your dumb little axe and like, ooh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna... No. No, you're not. I mean, okay, fine. You kind of got me. I will concede. This wolf man managed to hit me because my axe is pretty slow. But normally, you know... No. Just don't. Hello. This guy's got a gun, too. You gotta be careful in this area because there is a wolf man hiding around and he will screw you up if you let him. He's gonna come at me from behind here. He tries to sneak up on you too. Ow. Give me that back. Give me that health right back. Now. And this too. One more for good measure. Sweet. Some more bullets loading up on all sorts of supplies here. This is actually pretty good. One of the big things I like about this starting area of the game is that it's pretty easy to come across blood vials and quicksilver bullets and everything. They're stocking you up pretty well for the entire rest of the game, it seems like. So there's a few little hidden, I wouldn't necessarily say hidden paths here, or like hidden items even, but you just kind of have to explore more nooks and crannies than you might if you were just heading straight through this area, if you want to find everything. But I suppose when isn't that true? So, it'd be a pretty boring game if everything was just on the straight and narrow. It's like, yep. Alright, what are you eating? These guys are eating something, and I'm going to put a stop to it right now. That is so gross. What do you give me? Pebbles. Were they eating pebbles? Pebbles cereal, my favorite. Oh, with oil earned as milk. Yum. That is a nasty visual if I've ever heard one. Alright, sweet. Bloodstone shard, not too bad. Oh, this crow dropped something too. More pebbles. Good. Pebbles, pebbles, the more you eat, the more you look like a nasty fucking crow. Probably not their actual slogan, but I digress. So let's not forget about those items that we dropped down from the rafters up there. They're actually down here. You can kind of see one of them over there and another one up ahead. So let's go see what we got. Because one of these is actually pretty... Actually, I think both of these are decent. And one of them is not necessarily a unique item, but it might be unique, I guess. Unless you buy more from the shop later. But I think you can only buy it once you've actually picked it up here, so... Hard to say. Alright. I've dealt with enough rats to completely whiff my attack, apparently. There we go. More than enough rats. Oh, more throwing knives. Thank you. Dude! Oh my god. I'm tired of these motherfucking rats in my motherfucking aqueduct. Madman's Knowledge. That's a new one. What do we got here? Skull of a madman touched by the wisdom of the Great Ones. Used to gain insight. Making contact with eldritch wisdom is a blessing, for even if it drives one mad, it allows to serve a grander purpose for posterity. That's a curious bit of lore. First we've heard of these Great Ones, I believe. And using that madman's knowledge, you'll crush it in your hand, because you're just that much of a badass that you're just going to crush an entire human skull in the palm of your hand. And you gain 1 insight for it. But be careful with how much insight you gain, because that's kind of one of the interesting mechanics with insight, is that the more you gain, the harder things tend to get. At certain insight thresholds, enemies will gain new attacks. Certain enemies will, anyway. You'll be able to see new enemies. And there's a mechanic called Frenzy later on, that if your insight is high, it will mess you up, man. It is no joke. Frenzy is one of the nastiest game mechanics I've ever encountered, especially with how they use it later in the game. Here we go. Look at this saw spear. New weapon time, baby. What do we got? One of the trick weapons of the workshop. Uh-huh. This is actually pretty similar to the saw cleaver, one of the other starting weapons that we had besides the axe. Kind of just like this for, and then it just transforms into this spear, which is pretty nice. It's actually a pretty decent weapon, even at a range, because you have this spear form, and then for just one-on-one combat, you got a nice fast little cleaver going on. But in my opinion, it's a little bit too similar to the saw cleaver. Like, they feel... I haven't used the saw cleaver that much, but they feel like basically the same weapon to me. I don't know if that's just me and my ignorance, but I can only go off of my own experience, I guess, which is entailed in my ignorance behind you. Thanks for the view, pal. This is great. Man, really gives the semblance of a city fallen from grace. It's like so nasty and gross now with crows eating oil slick pebbles. But you know, Yarnum could have been something once. Ah, now you might recognize this area because if you look up there, that's the ledge where we got our sweet duds, our sweet threads that we're rocking right now. We could have dropped down here and gotten whatever that item is. But I'm actually going to head up here first to open up another little shortcut, I believe. Now this is actually a little bit of an interesting point to note, is that you can drop down from that ledge over there that we were at before to get to this area a little bit early. And then you climb up this ladder over here, and if you head right over here, or even if you just head down to that spot in the sewers that we were at before, you can pick up a Madman's Knowledge, which is what this item over here is. And if you use that, then you can gain 1 insight without ever encountering the Cleric Beast, or any boss for that matter. And you can go back to Hunter's Dream and level up before fighting any boss, so that's kind of a nice tip to know if you're on your first time through and you just want to level up before fighting anything too dastardly. Howdy.
Wretched outsider. Trying to fool me to open this door.
You got me.
Heavens, the depths of depravity.
Man, I can't believe how fast they unraveled my plan. It was so intricate, too. You knock, they open. How could it fail? Alright, this guy looks a little more menacing, because he's got something big in his hand there, bigger than the brick the other guy was using. The other guys have been using. I think he was waiting for his plan to work. He was knocking on this door and just standing out there like, they're totally going to let me in. It's going to be so funny. It's like a ding-dong ditch, but it's a dig-dong, then, like, club to the face instead. Wouldn't recommend it. You'll go to jail for that. So this actually leads up into the courtyard that I was kind of talking about earlier. This is where we first got our torch. And if you head over this way, you can see the big bouncer knocking at the door over there. And if you head over this way, that's where the shortcut down to the area with the caged up dogs was. So it all kind of ties together, which is a very neat, kind of cool thing that From Software likes to do. Woeful child, treat yourself with care. That's kind of sweet.
Who are you? I don't know your voice, but I know that smell.
Aww.
Are you a hunter? And please go look for my mum. Daddy never came back from the hunt, and she went to find him, but now she's gone too. I'm all alone and scared.
No, I'm not.
Really?
Oh.
Oh, thank you. My mum wears a red jeweled brooch. It's so big and beautiful. You won't miss it. Oh, I mustn't forget. If you find my mum, give her this music box.
This is so heartbreaking.
It plays one of Daddy's favourite songs, and when Daddy forgets us, we play it for him so he remembers. Mum's so silly running off without it.
Are you, like, alone? This is the saddest thing. Oh, this girl never gets a name either. Can we... I'm gonna call her Abby. I don't know why. That's just... She seems like an Abby to me. Take a look at this, this tiny music box received from a young Yarnum girl. Plays a song shared by her mother and father. Inside the lid, a small scrap of paper, perhaps an old message. 2 names can be made out, however faintly. Viola and Gascoigne. Man. Heavens, the depths of depravity. And then just up the ladder here, there's this sweet little girl, all alone in this brutal, brutal world. Well, hopefully we can reunite that family at some point. I don't know how slim those chances are, except I do because I've played this game before, but we'll just have to see. Time for fire. I think it's actually time for ending of the episode, because this seems like a decent cliffhanger, platform hanger, whatever you want to call it. See what that item is down there next time, and progress through these aqueducts. So thanks everyone for watching. This is ArgonMatrix signing out. Thank you and good night. I was trying to wave, actually. Wave. Bye. Finally, man.